I thought I was recording for like the last few minutes and I haven't been recording anything. Anyways, so I already started talking about the first book, but I didn't. So I'm back with another try chapter video. I'm in a new setup. I'm still in my like cat room area. That's what I call this. It's like a sunroom. You might be able to hear my air purifier, but I'm not going to turn it off. Sorry. This is where their litter box is like 3 feet away from me. So I try to live the best I can. Oscar is right behind you, but I'm not going to show you him because this is the front of my house behind you, and even though like nobody watches these videos, that feels irresponsible. So these are the 5 books that we're going to talk about today, and I'm just going to go in like biggest to smallest order. So the first one that I already started talking about was The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni, who is Australian. I read on this, and it has like this, I feel like that's like a language, I don't know. And it has this Oscar. It has like a sprayed edge with a lock on it, and then this is the book. I like that Fairy Loot does these. This is a Fairy Loot, and these are series. I don't know if I said that or not. I don't remember what I said when I wasn't recording versus now. So, you know. Oh, and then the inside of the dust jacket looks like this. I like that there's only 2 people. So that is encouraging. And I will read you the synopsis. I'm not sure if I've ever read this synopsis or not. Here at Zalindov, the only person you can trust is yourself. 17-year-old Kiva Meriden is a survivor. For 10 years, she has worked as the healer in the notorious death prison Zalindov, making herself indispensable. Kept afloat by messages of hope from her family, Kiva has one goal and one goal only: stay alive. Then one day, the infamous rebel queen arrives at the prison on death's door, and Kiva receives a new message: don't let her die. We are coming. The queen is sentenced to the trial by ordeal, a series of elemental challenges against the torments of air, fire, water, and earth, assigned to only the most dangerous of criminals. Aware the sickly queen has little chance of making it through the trials alive, Kiva volunteers to take her place. If she succeeds, both she and the queen will be granted their freedom, but no one has ever survived. And with an incurable plague sweeping Zalindov, a mysterious new inmate fighting for Kiva's heart, and a prison rebellion brewing, Kiva can't escape the terrible feeling that her trials have only just begun. Okay, so there was like a little prologue, and then I did read it, chapter 1. I don't know, like I wouldn't mind reading it right now, but I'm not 100% feeling it. I feel like I do, if I like one of the other ones better, then I will definitely read that. And then when it comes to keeping this or not, I think I'm going to double check, make sure it's a series. I didn't screw this up, because I feel like I would prefer this as potentially a standalone. But I might also check out reviews before deciding if I keep it or not on my shelf. I think it's interesting. She, like, obviously there's not a lot, it's just 1 chapter, but I think the type of character that she is, because she basically, like, unintentionally, but she kind of ingratiates herself, it seems like, to the prison, and so that's helping keep her alive, but it's making her not liked by the other prisoners, which makes sense. But I think that's an interesting dynamic potentially. So we'll see. I don't know. Not loving it, not hating it, and the writing is fine and everything. But like I said, I feel like I would prefer it as a standalone. So we'll see. And I'm almost out of water. I'm so thirsty today. I'm also very hungry, but I'm gonna not eat until I already ate dinner, but I'm not gonna have a snack until I finish this. Okay, so the next one is These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. I feel like I've heard about this, but I don't know what. Like, I don't know if I just heard about it when it was coming out. So we shall see. This is, ow. I mean, that didn't hurt, but this is like the one edge, and then they're like orange. So let's see. Is this, I think this is Fairy Loot. Yes, Fairy Loot. Ooh. Again, a nice, pretty cover. Oh, they look like elves. Oh, I feel like, is this like what's on like the regular cover? Like people like this? Or am I just confusing like other redheaded characters? Because there's a lot of redheads in the world. You know what I mean? Of fiction, not in the real world. Not a lot of redheads in the real world. But notice, three people. No. I had a comment recently. I don't read my comments. Like, I read them sometimes. They make me uncomfortable reading comments and interacting with people. But I had a comment that was offended because I yawned in the beginning in a video, and booktubers shouldn't yawn. So I'm going to leave that yawn in just for S and G's, you know? Okay. Go to the Sealy court, find the queen's secret portal to enter the most dangerous place in Fairy, find my sister, and rescue her from a power-hungry king. Child's play. Bree would do anything before making a deal with the Fae. Death is preferable to their vicious schemes. But when her sister is taken by the sadistic king of the Unseelie court, there is nothing Bree wouldn't do to get her back, including making a deal with the king himself to steal 3 magical relics from the rival Sealy court. Gaining unfettered access to the Sealy court is easier said than done. Bree's only choice is to pose as a potential bride for Prince Ronan, the Sealy prince who's not quite as wicked as she once thought. Unwilling to let her heart distract her, she accepts help from a band of Unseelie misfits with their own secret agenda. But as Bree spends time with their mysterious leader Finn, she finds herself struggling to resist his seductive charm. Caught between 2 dangerous courts, Bree must decide who to trust with her loyalty and with her heart. Okay. I have no interest in this. I didn't even really want to keep reading the first chapter. So, like, the synopsis, it just, I don't, in my experience, this type of story is not for me. And it's in first person, which I don't love. Especially if it's a series, I feel like, no. And the way, what is her name? I can't even remember her name now. Bree. Her, it's hard to say in just one chapter, but she gives me like very cocky, like Selena vibes, and or like maybe more like Feyre, who's like, she doesn't come across cocky, but is written in a way like she kind of is, if that makes sense. I don't know. And I don't like characters like that. So I'm gonna pass. I will pass that along. He has relocated, and now we are on to this one, which is quite big. And that is Witches Steeped in Gold. I feel like I have another edition of this book somewhere, but I don't know where. This one is, I'm guessing, yes, this is an owl crate. This is, I assume it's Ciannon. I should have looked that up. Smart. So, yes, let's see. Oh, it's owl crate, but it does have like something on the cover. And this is the inside. So we shall see. Maybe it's sisters. I'm always looking for a good sister story, so we'll see. I don't know. Synopsis time. Irea Adair has spent her life in a cell. Heir to an overgrown and magically gifted dynasty, she was exiled from her home on the island nation of Ayaka when just a child, but every day brings her closer to freedom and vengeance. Jasmine Carriot grew up dressed in gold with stolen magic at her fingertips. Daughter of the self-crowned Doini, her existence is a threat to her mother's rule, but unlike her sister before her, Jasmine has no intention of dying to strengthen her mother's power. Sworn enemies, the 2 witches enter a deadly alliance to take down the woman who threatens them both, Doini Carriot. But revenge is a bloody pursuit, and nothing is certain except the lengths Araya and Jasmine will go to win this game. Interesting. I don't know. So I think the synopsis sounds kind of interesting, and it sounds like a little different from like, at least from what I've like seen around and everything. but I'm very confused in that first chapter. And I feel like I'm kind of supposed to be confused. Like, you're kind of just like thrown in. It was Jasmine's point of view. And then it wasn't just that, like, I feel like I was just thrown in. It was also, there's something about the writing style. I mean, she's from England. And I've read books written by English authors before. So I don't know. There's something, I don't want to say it doesn't flow. Like, because that sounds like it's bad writing. And it's not. But it, like, doesn't flow in my brain. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too hungry. Am I stupid? I don't know. I will consider it. And I might, if I end up keeping it, because I don't think I would read it for this, honestly, partially because it's just like kind of a big book and I'm not really in the mood for that right now. I think I will see if I can get it as an audiobook. I feel like sometimes when I struggle with reading like that, when I switch to audio, it's easier. There's something about, like, sometimes words work better in my brain when they are read to me versus when I'm reading with them with my eyes. Does anyone else have that? I don't know. So, we shall see. Okay, and then the fourth one, this is my favorite cover out of all of these. So, fingers crossed I like this one, is The Poison Heart, which I constantly, on my shelf, confuse it with this book. Because they're both the Poison H's, H-E-A's. So, constantly. But yes, and this is by Kayla I don't know if it's Bayron or I feel like Bayron. I should have looked that up. Oh, she wrote Cinderella is Dead. I have not read that, but I've heard about it. Okay. But yes, I love this cover. There's like something about I don't love that it's like so shiny. I kind of wish like only the letters were shiny. But I really like the colors, like the pinks and then the green and everything. Anyways, this one I believe is an owl crate. This is beautiful purple. I love purple. It's one of my favorite colors. Here's the little note card. So definitely owl crate. Yep. It's like pretty, like, I almost said a apothecary, but like kind of like if you were like making your own stuff from like your own things. I don't know. So, and it's definitely on the shorter side. So, oh wait. I need to review the synopsis. Strange magic blooms behind a poison gate. Briseis has a gift. With a single touch, she can grow plants from tiny seeds to rich blooms. When Briseis' aunt dies and wills her dilapidated estate in rural New York, Brie and her parents hope that surrounded by plants and flowers, she will finally learn to control her gift. But their new home is sinister in ways that they never expected. It comes with a mysterious set of instructions, a walled garden filled with the deadliest botanicals in the world, and generations of secrets. There is more to Brie's sudden inheritance than she could have imagined, and she is determined to uncover it. Okay, it was interesting. So this is definitely on the list right now, but honestly, I'm not 100% sure about it. Like, I feel like potentially it'd be like a 1-star. Also, are these really all series? Like, I don't understand how this is going to be a series. Did I screw this up? Okay, and we are on to the last book as the sun is going down. It is almost 9 o'clock. So this is Beasts of Prey by Ayana Gray. I think this was like an extra book in an owl crate. Yeah, I think technically it might be an art because it says not for resale. Good to know. So if I don't like it, I will put it in a little free library. Oh, it was it came in a fairy loot, it looks like. But this is paperback. So this is, I don't know how much of the cover you can see, but I do like the colors. I feel like it was like, I wish it was like a little bit brighter or something, but it's nice. Lucosa was once a city of magic. Now magic is nothing more than a myth. Kofi is a beastkeeper at Lucosa's infamous night zoo, caring for fearsome creatures to pay off her family's debts, until she mistakenly unleashes a wild and mysterious power that sends the night zoo up in flames. Econ is destined to become an elite warrior like his father and brother before him, until the fire at the night zoo throws his destiny into disaster and he is cast out forever. Thrown together, Kofi and Econ have only one choice. They must enter the terrifying greater jungle and capture the Shaitani, the legendary monster that has plagued Lakosa for a century. Magic has returned to Lakosa, and the hunt has begun. Okay, so the first, I think that was technically a prologue, but it was pretty long. Was not either of these characters. But I'm guessing that is like the setup for magic being gone. I think. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm going to do this one. I'm just a little bit more interested. This one, similar to Witches Steeped in Gold, I'm a little confused. But this one is easier for me to read, you know? So I think this is the one I'm going to go with. And we'll see. But I think I am going to keep this Poison Heart, which I realize that it's not the poison, it's this poison, but whatever. I think I am going to keep that as well. And then I'm going to look up reviews and see if there's an audio for Witches Steeped in Gold, and then reviews for the Prison Healer, and see if I'm going to keep those or not. But these Hollow Vows I'll get rid of. So, but now it is snack time, and I'm probably going to watch a little YouTube, and then I will read some more. But I probably won't update you tonight. I doubt I'll read that much. So, yes, Oscar. Are you watching the sunset? Are you looking? I saw a bird earlier. Are you hunting? I've had a chipmunk outside. I have not seen him in a while. He was making quite a ruckus a few weeks ago. And I did not know they could be so loud. You know, like my only chipmunk experience is with Chippendale. And they don't make noise really. So, you know, at least not when you meet them in person. So it was a little weird, but like Oscar was on top of it trying to make, you know, eyes on that sucker. But fortunately he stayed outside. So, you know, I think I have to mow the lawn this weekend, Oscar boy. I know it hasn't really grown. It's all brown, but there's some stuff growing out there. So it's been like 3 weeks. Gotta do it. I feel like he is looking for Oh my God, is that not the most dangerous thing? I just saw somebody go by on a motorcycle with their hands up, like looking at a phone. Okay. It's snack time. I will update you later. Bye. Okay, so update. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. Witches Steeped in Gold is available for my library and audio. And I did look up reviews anyways, just because I was curious. I did see some reviews that were like, I was 150 pages in and I was very confused. So I am worried that's going to happen to me. But I will give it a try on audio at some point. But I did read somebody say that there is Jamaican influence. And when I tell you that I saw that, I said, that's what it is. That's what it is, I think. So I don't know if she has Jamaican family, if she was like lived in Jamaica for a while and was like just born in England, but it definitely, I feel like that makes sense. It's English, but it's Jamaican, and I feel like they do have like a different, is syntax the right word? I don't know, like a different like sentence structure sometimes, but now that I have read that, I feel like that makes sense. So yes, that in my brain, it like immediately clicked and I was like, okay, makes sense. So yes, and I also did read some reviews of the Prison Healer, and I think I'm actually gonna pass. So I ended up reading some spoilery reviews, I'm not gonna lie, and they weren't that spoilery, but they did concern me. And honestly, there was one thing about this book that I did not comment on, but this book, the book is dedicated to Sarah J. Maas. And if there's anything you should know about me, it's that I am not a big fan of Sarah. I'm sure she is a lovely person. I wish her the best of luck in her life, and I love that so many people enjoy her books, but they just generally don't work for me. So And I was like reading in reviews. It definitely feels like perhaps there are some similarities here. So I think, there's enough books. There's too much things to worry about in life. So I'm just going to pass on this for now. So yes, now I'm really going to go eat my snack. Whew. Normally I wouldn't update this soon. I'm like 90 pages in. I don't have much to say. I have one thing to say, and that is, I don't know how to say it. Is it econ or acon? I feel like I'm gonna say acon. I think that's what I say in my head. I don't know. He seems to have, so like, I don't know if he has OCD, but he certainly has something that is fixated on the number 3. Like, he keeps counting in 3s. He counts down. Like, if something is divisible by 3, it gives him comfort, and things like that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this is like the only thing that when I read is triggering is almost too strong of a word, but I fear reading it. I fear reading this behavior, but especially when it's a 3 and it's like repetitive 3s and divisible by 3, because that was one of my major compulsions. I still do a lot of things in 3s. I'm not like, not as much. Like, I used to literally like trace by name 3 times when I wrote it on a piece of paper. I would have to check like every alarm, like to make sure it was set, or anything 3 sets of 3, which I feel like, and I always thought this was weird that it wasn't 3 sets of 3, so like 27 times, thank God, because that 9 was awful enough. And I would count all the time. That and counting syllables, that also, I don't like being prompted to count syllables, because I do live in fear that it will like switch that back on in my brain. And both of those things are things that I worked very hard to get rid of. I worked very hard to challenge my compulsions, to force myself to know that it's that something bad is not going to happen just because I don't give in to them. And so I do get afraid. I can read about OCD. Wow, my pillow looks, it's just old. It's not dirty. It's just old. I can read about OCD and I can read about compulsions without it like setting me off or scaring me, as long as it's not a compulsion I had. But when it's one that I had, I do, like, I'm more afraid that it's gonna just, like I said, like, turn that switch back on in my brain. And so I do worry about it. But I mean, I am enjoying this. I'm confused about like the general world and everything, but more just like but it's just in a you haven't learned everything kind of a way, not in like a poor writing kind of way. So I do want to keep reading this, but I'm curious to know if it has something to do with magic for him, or if it really is just OCD and him dealing with something. That is interesting, but he does it a lot. And I think especially because it's the number 3, it gives me a lot of anxiety. So hopefully it'll be fine. If I feel like I will say, I do think reading this in some ways will be helpful. For some reason, I just have a feeling that if I was listening to this on audio and I heard that, I think it would be like more dangerous for me. So this is better, at least. But if I do feel like it is potentially going to send me down a bad path, I will abandon the book, even if I'm enjoying it. But I think I can handle it. I've been like free of really my compulsions for over 10 years. I really worked on them in college and everything. So I am confident in myself, but it was still a very, very debilitating thing to struggle with. So, yeah, it's a little scary to have to face that, but we'll see. But yes, I just wanted to like update about that. So, okay, well, I'm gonna go eat breakfast and I think go out and do chores or errands and stuff. So we will do that. Oh, sorry if you could hear my fan that whole time, but I need air movement. So, okay, I will update you later. Hello. I just did a run that I cut short, but it's okay. So I'm a little gross. I still have like, I wear visor line on my hair. And should I wait to do this until after I take my shower? Yes, probably, but I'm not going to. So anyway, so I have made the decision to DNF Beasts of Prey. I feel bad because I'm over 50% of the way in, but it is starting to do what Jade Fire Gold did, and I kind of do regret pushing myself through that. So, and that was just a standalone. And this, I thought this was a duology. It's actually a trilogy. We are like, where I am right now, like we're in the jungle and everything, and some stuff has happened there, but we're starting to get like romancy elements, or what I interpret as romancy elements, and they just feel so forced. And that's how Jade Fire Gold was. So like we're like, I don't know, like am I done with YA fantasy? Like even YA fantasy, but like I have read some YA fantasy I really enjoyed. And I was enjoying other parts of this book, but I just like, I don't want to put myself through that. So I'm not going to. That being said, I'm going to keep the book and everything, keep it on my shelf. If like Ayana Gray comes across my like feed at some point with another book and it sounds interesting, I'll probably try to get it from the library and give it a try. Because like the other parts of her writing, I don't mind. And, I don't know. So we'll see. But yes, so that is the most recent update. I am sadly DNFing this, but that is where we are. I could also just be in a mood because I started reading The Charlie Method two nights ago. And I've been very excited about that. And I'm like, just kind of meh on it right now. Like, I'm only like 50 pages in, but my neighbor's mowing his lawn. But it's just a little like, I don't know. Hopefully I just have to get into it. But the audiobook I'm listening to, I'm really into. So I'm clearly not like completely out of a reading mood, but we'll see. Anyways, okay. As Tax, I'll let you see Oscar. Hi. Do you hear the lawnmower? I had to move my look at my horrible dining room, I know. My coffee table because my boss went and picked up a treadmill and dropped it off for me that I bought off Facebook Marketplace. So like they came in my front door, so they had to come here. So, but the cats seem to like this open carpet, and so I haven't. Ooh, Oscar. So I feel. Ooh, where's my hand? So I feel bad. So I haven't moved it back yet. Because I am at your whim, Oscar. Hi. Look at that beautiful boy. Okay. Bye. Say bye, Oscar. Where's your sister? Sleeping upstairs, probably?